So today is a short introduction to Archaic English. So Archaic English is the English that was spoken or that was in practice 50, 60 years back. Even now also, some words whenever, whenever somebody who is working in the field of literature writes something, he may use Archaic English. Right? So when we read this poem by Sri Aurobindo, thou who pervadest all the worlds below, yet sittest above, master of all who work and rule and know, servant of love, thou who disdainest not the worm to be, nor even the clod, therefore we know by that humility that thou art God. This is not the English that we generally listen to, right? When people speak. For example, who says thou? Hey thou. Nobody says thou. Nobody says thee. Nobody, probably you've never heard the word pervadest, right? Pervadius, pervadest. It's something new. Where is this est coming from? Sitst. We have heard sit, sat, sitting. Huh? Right? Sitst is something new. We have heard sits, S-I-T-S, right? S-I-T-S we have heard. S-I-T-S. But we have never heard sitst.
Sits.
Right? Similarly here, thou who disdainest. We have heard disdains, but disdainest? No, never. Thou art God. Art we have heard, but art here is something different altogether. It's not art or painting that we do. It's absolutely different. Even I was confused when about a year back, till then also I was confused. I always read, thou art that. What is this, thou art that? Huh? Tattvamasi, in Sanskrit we have this Tattvamasi. Tattvamasi, that means tat, that, tvam, you, asi, is, or are. You are that. That should be the translation. But thou art that. Art, so maybe the God is painting you. You are the painting of the God. I understood that way. Art means art, right? We make some paintings and drawings. But the art is actually, it comes from the Archaic English. Thou is also Archaic English. So the pronouns in English now, what are the pronouns that we use in English these days? I, you, he, she, it, we, you, they. These are the, not thou, okay, here, you, he, she, it, we, you, they. These are the pronouns that we use these days. But in the ancient times, singular you was called as thou, not thou, thou. Thou is you singular. Thou. Thou. Thou, right? And be verb. What are the various different conjugations of be verb? I am, you are, right? You are, isn't it? And then he, she, it is always is, he is, we are, you are, they are. But what happens with thou? Thou is not are, thou art. Is the same, are and art. Just like you are, thou art. Thou art. Okay. So art is not something to do with painting. It is the verb. Which verb? Be verb. The form of the be verb. The various different forms of the be verb are is, am, are, was, were, being, right? Art is art. When it comes with thou art. Similarly, if we take do verb, what is the archaic form of do verb? I do. That's even now also I do, right? You, what do you say? What is the conjugation? You do. You do. But in the archaic English, you was not there. We used thou. With thou, it was not. It was not.
It was not
You do. It was thou dost. Thou dost. I think it has something to do with the influence from the Germanic language, like German languages that were of the Germanic origin. He, she, it was he, she, it. What happens now? What do you say? He
Does.
does.
He do.
It does.
Hey, huh? It will go forever. It will go forever in the record. Huh? He does. But in the archaic English, he doth.
Does.
He
Does.
don't worry. Mistakes are to be made, but you have to improve. We do, you do, they do. That's no problem. Similarly with the verb, let's say see. I see, right? But in the archaic English, you, what happens? You in the modern English,
See.
you see. You see. But in the archaic English, it used to be thou seest.
See.
Thou seest. Similarly,
Thou
thou
seest.
makest.
Makest.
Similarly, thou disdainest. Thou disdainest.
Now.
Similarly, thou pervadest. This est. Where does this est come from? It is the archaic conjugation of singular you. Singular you. Thou is singular you. What is thou?
Singular you.
Thou is
Singular you.
Okay. So therefore, tattvamasi. If you have to translate tattvamasi, tat means that. Tvam is you. You in archaic English is thou. Asi. Asi is to be. To be, right? To be verb. Asi. Do you understand me? Do you understand me? To be. You are that. You, what is the conjugation with you? Are. But in the archaic English it is you is thou. Are is art. And that is tat tamasi. Do you understand the meaning? Tattvamasi. So similarly, for example, you see in the modern English you, in the archaic English it's thou. You, thou. Shall. If you read Aurobindo, if you read Shakespeare, you will come across these words. Okay. Shall will be written as shall. Will be written as will. Would will be written as wouldst. Can will be written as canst. Might will be written as mightst. May will be written as mayest. Mayest. So there is nothing to be afraid. You just have to, once you know that, oh, this is the archaic English, with you, it's you becomes thou. Alright? Similarly, this is a famous saying in the Bible. In the Bible, there is a famous line that is quite profound line. Love thy neighbor. Now, what is thy? That is also archaic English, right? What do you think thy is? Love.
Thy is God.
Thy should be?
God.
No.
Love.
No.
Love.
Whom should we love? Whom should we love?
Love.
Neighbor, right?
Yes.
Whose neighbor?
Our.
Love your neighbor. Your is thy.
Sister.
Love your neighbor. Love is thy. In archaic English, your neighbor is thy, possessive, your, thy. Saith. Saith, where does this come from? Saith. Say, right? Your saith. You see? ETH. Say, saith. Your neighbor. saith the Lord. Similarly here, you see some archaic pronouns here. Thou, right? Thou. Thee. Thee is the object. It becomes object in a sentence. For example, we worship thee. Who do you worship? We. We worship whom?
God.
Thee, God, him. Thee is him. Thee is him or that. We worship that. Him. Him. Her. Thee. Okay. So if you had to say instead of we, you worship him, what would it be? You would be thou.
Thou worship.
Worship would be
Worship.
worshipest. Thou worshipest thee. Thee is the God. Okay. Thy God. Thy means your. Thy means your. Okay. Thee is him. Thy God is not before thee. Thy God. In Rabindranath Tagore's poetry, what was the leave this chanting and singing. There, he says, thy God is not before thee.
Open thine.
Your God. Your God is not before him or not before you yourself as an object. Okay. Thine is open thine eyes. It is also your eyes. Open your eyes. Yea, and ye shall know the truth, and you shall know the truth. Yea is also you. All right. So these are some archaic English words. Okay. Hopefully now you know some of the